da jalilade rase Champions League ek had gas mein hanguman kick ve java naramenne bhagi dulanne gidi dasde goal ek gannai sit sarasenne samarok venne satteta denne one heart. One game, one heart. Champions League, this is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. Under the Champions League में अरबन्ने One game, one heart Champions League साटनाई अरबन्ने दिल्ली देने जया गन्ने एक सीने डबियाने One game, one heart Champions League where dreams take part Raise your flags, feel the art One game, one heart
Sri Lanka Football Champions League, powered by TV Supreme.
Good evening and welcome to the heart of Colombo. We are here at the ever beautiful playing field here at the Racecourse as we are in for yet another important clash in this Sri Lanka Football Champions League. It's week 7, match number 39 throughout the campaign. Serendib taking on Saunders here under the scorching heat in Colombo. A big one coming up on the cards as I welcome my co-commentator in the combox. A very good evening to you, Bilal.
A very good evening, Rashwan. Because here today, weather is at 29 degrees Celsius and 69% humidity, as is the case in Colombo usually. A very slight breeze blowing from the left of your screen to the right, but it hardly translates to much in the middle of the pitch here. Of course, you can catch us live on the Sri Lanka Football Facebook and YouTube pages, and also if you are watching it locally, you can catch us live on Supreme TV and also on the Papare worldwide. So these are the updated points table. of the Sri Lanka Football Champions League Group A. Saunders, of course, sitting comfortably on top there. They're still unbeaten. Of course, New Star close behind, having also won 4 games but lost 1. And also Serendib SC in 3rd place there, also having lost only 1 of their games. So it will be a very exciting encounter here today. 4th, 5th and 6th, 7th places. We also have some teams who will be back with live action during this weekend. Java Lane, of course, surprising that they've won only 2 of their games. A club with a lot of history, a lot of heritage, but they've somehow placed at number 4 in this table. Will be, of course, they had their match yesterday as well where they drew, so little respite for them. And just like we were talking about yesterday's match, Java Lane and New Star, Java Lane drawing at the final minute of the game, at the final few minutes of the game. So little respite for them and taking their berth in 4th place. And Moragasmul and Mathura City Club, another draw, a hard-fought match. And of course, today we are here for Serendib Sports Club versus Saunders Sports Club. 2 top 4 teams in Group A who will be battling it out today. Of course, we'll be having a lot of action during this weekend as well. We'll be having Pelicans SC and St. Mary's later this night. And also tomorrow, Negombo Youth taking on Crystal Palace. Both these teams will be fighting for glory. And Sri Lanka Police taking Solid SC as well. And another opportunity for Solid to flex their muscles. They've really come into their own, Solid SC. They didn't have the ideal start to the tournament, but then they've really matured. They've gotten their chemistry right, their tactics right as well. And in this latter half of the tournament, that's what's going to count. All these teams playing in the same pitch will be knowing how each other plays, how they approach the game, and how they counter. And so it's up to the coaches and the players to be innovative in these latter stages of the game, in this latter stage of the tournament, apologies. And when going into the next round as well, something that the teams will be keeping an eye out for is the creativity. The creativity of the teams will be quite important. And this is a chance for Saunders, who are sitting comfortably on top, to make sure that they flex their muscles today and try out something new. Both these teams, Serendib as well, positioned in 3rd place. They'll be looking to do something new here today. They'll be looking to try out some new players, give some minutes to the players on the bench. FIFA flag coming out. These young lads taking the pitch, taking the flag onto the pitch. We'll be hoping that they will be the ones walking into the ground to play the game in the future. Yeah, the officials and the players coming on screen. Have a few formalities before the match starts off. Having Saunders Sports Club in their blue jersey and Serendib SC donned in pink this evening at the Racecourse International Stadium.
Pre-match formalities in play as the top seeded Saunders Sports Club taking on Serendib. Both teams coming off wins from the previous week. Saunders with a big win over Java Lane last week around. Serendib as well won their game 4-1. So both teams are not shy away from scoring goals. So will well and surely be in for a very interesting game of football in the next 90 minutes or so. And as Bilal mentioned, Serendib Sports Club will be donning the pink jerseys. Plenty of experience in both these two sides, but plenty of changes as well in the Saunders outfit. Not in their traditional yellow kit, but the men under pressure this evening. Main referee A.M. Jaffran, assisted by Lairu Madhushankar and K. Pradeeban, and the fourth official S. Samaranayaka.
Everything set here for the kickoff. Before the kickoff, the team lineups for Saunders on paper. They're playing with 5 defenders. That's A.M. Nalim, Samir Pereira, Mohamed Fauzan, Danuka Dananje, and Clovis Frank. Because in the midfield, they'll be having their captain Indiva Udara, who's been having a special stint. And they have Ziad Mufazzal, Mohamed Shahid, Jacob Atkinson and Roger Felipe leading the attack, and in goal they'll be having Kalpana Rashmika. Meanwhile, Serendib SC will be playing with a 4-man backline. They'll be having Rishad Umar, Mohammad Riaz, Mohammad Safri and Mohammad Farhan in the backline, while also sporting 2 midfielders in Mohammad Rahman and the captain Vignesh Vijay Kumar, who will be looking to dominate that midfield, and they'll be going with 4 attackers as well in Vijay Kumar Abhishan, Frimpong Yao, Darko George and Mohammad Safan, and in goal they'll be having Mohammad Lutfi. So very exciting game coming up. 2 special teams who have done so well in this tournament so far. Saunders still unbeaten.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Serendib Sports Club kick things off from right to left on your screens. And good high press from Saunders early around. Position with Saunders from this throw-in.
Saunders, of course, like we did mention before, yet the unbeaten team. Is this the game that they will finally taste defeat? And will it be Serendib who will be handing it to them? Serendib, of course, also in pretty good form. They've got some key players who they'll be relying on as well. Mainly that overseas trio who's been doing quite well for Serendib SC. Frimpong Yao and Darko George today leading the attack as well. Will be a lot on their shoulders. Early opportunity here for Serendib, for Saunders. Well dealt with that.
Kalpana Rashmika in goal for Saunders Sports Club. Clears his lines with a good goal kick. Position being a tipsy-turvy affair earlier on in this game, but once again Saunders early intentions in attack. Skipper Udara down that left flank, loses possession. Serendib, not much pink shirts up front, but the intentions right from the Serendib midfield, trying to play those through balls to the attackers, but on that occasion a tad bit too heavy. Now once again dealt well by Pereira for the time being, but not the best of crosses though.
Serendib, Saunders, it looks like, will be going for that long ball in these early stages of the game, feeding it straight to the host of attackers they have up front. Just losing possession there. Interesting to see the formation that Saunders is taking whenever they are off the ball. Despite playing with 5 defenders, it seems like they are committing 3 men to the back line consistently, while having a midfield, a stacked midfield. Looks like they are attempting to overpower the midfield double. That's Mohammad Rahman and Vignesh Vijayakumar of Serendib in order to win that battle. Both teams still attempting to get a feel of the game so far. Yet to play a full flowing passage of play here by either of these teams. Ball exchanging possession quite a bit. Here's Serendib now. An attempt to attack but losing it. Clearance by Saunders gives Serendib possession once again, and now here's Darko George in the wing, and Darko George with a cross. Sails right over and reaches the touchline. Some early nerves in this game. Some good pressing by Serendib as well has resulted in them gaining possession. Here's Darko George, just passes it, hits the referee there. So play will continue in the form of drop ball. And straight to goal there, but well done by Danuka Dhananjaya, by Kalpana Rashmika, apologies, who makes no mistake of it and deals with it cleanly. Looks like play is being called back here by the referee for a potential foul. A Nalim of Saunders with a high boot. looks like it's a free kick for Serendib here. They've only got 2 players in the far corner of the box. And going for goal, and it goes in. This is brilliant by Serendib. They've scored the initial goal here off a free kick. And what a brilliant bit of skill here shown by Serendib SC to draw first blood. Here's the replay once again, just a little dummy. And the keeper foxed. And that's Frimpong Yao who lays claim to that goal. And Saunders under the pump in these early stages of the game.
Goal for Serendib Sports Club, scored by player number 24, Frimpong Yao.
Will be interesting to see how Saunders respond here. They've been quite complacent so far. And the Saunders fans will be hoping that that goal really switches them on.
What a way to break the deadlock. Making no mistake from that free kick. That's your goal score on your screens. From Frimpong Yao, as Saunders now looking to try and equalize. And a shot from range. And this time experience Lutfi in goal for Serendib Sports Club has managed to put that away. And what a passage of football. And Dhanuka Dhananjay with a brilliant shot on target. But Lutfi with a brilliant save to deny Saunders Sports Club with that equalizer.
End-to-end stuff here, Reshwan. And a good comeback from Saunders as well. Certainly the type of football the fans will be wanting from their team here. They definitely do have a host of attackers who can trouble that Serendib defense. And Saunders now with an opportunity. Attacking set piece for them. 5 players inside the box and 1 just outside. 6 players in that area. Where will the cross be coming to? Here's the cross sailing in. Serendib defense stands strong there as they're able to disrupt that set piece and win the ball for themselves. Here's Serendib now attempting to build from the back. Long ball right into the path of their attackers. Good bit of defense there. Serendib now rushing in. Have gotten possession once again, and now it's Darko George in the wing, and that's surely there has to be some action here. There was a card, and that's a yellow card. The player has been booked, but it definitely looked like Darko George for all money was going straight to goal there. A tactical foul by Mohammad Fauzan. He's definitely saved Saunders from a potential goal there, and it's all happening. We are still in the first 15 minutes of this game, and we've seen so much action so far.
Indeed, it's been a massive start in the game, and I think that free kick has really made things even more interesting. Saunders looking to play a very high line of defense. I think that's what made that tackle come in as well from the back by Mohamed Fauzan. But now with yet another free kick, can Serendib Sports Club repeat what happened before? But this time around, he's made a hash of it.
They're not able to replicate the brilliance of that previous goal. And some would argue that's a waste of a free kick right outside the box. It was really for Saunders, however, as they were in deep trouble there. Had they gone down 2-1, had they gone down 2-0, here's Serendib once again. Darko George just dribbling past that defender. Darko George on the wing here. Passes it on. Just doesn't get it right. Here's Saunders now on the counter. The young number 8, Ziad Mufazzal. Roger Philippi there on the wing. Yes, Saunders now attempting to build from the back. Through pass intercepted by Serendib. Here's Serendib now once again. Faulty little pass there. Lutfi now just biding his time, making sure his players are in the correct position. He'll restart from his own territory. Long ball this time. Doesn't reach the Serendib attacker. However, Serendib once again find themselves in an attacking position. Close to Saunders' box, so close to Saunders' goal. Here's the throw in. Well disrupted there by the Saunders. Saunders now going for the counter. Have a host of players making a forward run. Here's Jacob Atkinson losing the ball. Apologies, that was Ziad Mufazzal there. Darko George has been quite a threat here in this left-hand wing for Saunders. Going for the ball there, Ziad Mufazzal. Gets it out of play, but also gets Mohammad Riaz on the knee there. But good of Mohammad Riaz to stand up, keep going. Riaz making that forward run, but Darko George playing it back. Playing across this time, not the best of passes. Makes a hash of it there. But here's Saunders now. They'll be lucky. Serendib has made that mistake.
Did now this from this right flank, Atkinson just not able to find a teammate. There's a good attacking opportunity, might have gone in vain, but in the other end, almost getting to the end of it was Darko George, who's been quite a menace for Mohamed Fauzan down this left flank for Saunders Sports Club. As we have yet another set piece coming up, courtesy a corner kick for Serendib Sports Club.
Fauzan doing quite well there to keep Darko George in check. Serendib with another set piece opportunity, attacking set piece. Here's the ball sailing in, And ball still in play. Serendib will surely question why. And that's a goal out of nowhere. It's the number 7, Mohammad Rahman, who gets that goal. This is just brilliant from Serendib here. They've gone 2 up now. Saunders still unable to pierce through the Serendib defense, and they've done it twice. Serendib. Here's Rahman getting it on the volley and straight over the goalkeeper's head. Danuka Dhananjay just not getting it right. They did have another previous opportunity as well, and I was just about to say that they'll be ruining the fact that they didn't have many attackers up front, but it looks like they wouldn't need it as Mohammad Rahman makes the best of that opportunity and gets the perfect
scored
contact
by jersey
on
number
the volley
7,
here.
Mohammad Rahman.
Now it's up to Indiva Udara and his men to spark something here. They've really been quite complacent here so far, has Saunders. Playing with a 5-man backline as well. The brunt of the attacking play falls on their solitary midfielder and 4 players up front.
Mohammad Rahman scored that goal from a very tough angle, and the emotions probably getting the better of this Saunders outfit. Skipper Indiva Udara will be called for a small meeting with the referee. He'll need to lead his side well here in a tough position. They've really been in this position throughout this campaign. And nothing short from quite far out from skipper Indiva Udara. Gives the goal kick for Serendib Sports Club. And the Price Park boys will be put into a really big test here.
Rather speculative effort, wasn't it, Reshwan? And I feel like that's also a result of the frustration.
Intentions were right on that occasion. He was trying to find Darko George down that left flank, but a pass a tad bit too heavy. But Serendip Sports Club have that cushion to do that. They are leading this game 2-0, and it's just been the 20 minutes as well, Bilal. So probably the team coming into this game as underdogs have a very comfortable lead, and with almost with an opportunity to make that a 3-goal cushion. And Serendip Sports Club haven't shied away from good waves of attack, but now will be tested in defense as Saunders really need to find a goal in the next 25 minutes or so. If not, coming back into that second half will be quite tough.
Nothing really working for Saunders in terms of the attack, isn't it, Reshwan? They've been attempting to create something, but whenever, all the time. And here, once again, Serendib finding themselves with another opportunity, but the keeper there, Danuka Dhananjay, rushing to that ball to make sure he gets to it first, disrupting that opportunity. And like we were saying, nothing has been working so far for Saunders in terms of the attack. They'll have to do something different here. And despite playing with a 5-man backline, with 5 defenders in this game, they've conceded 2 already. So it feels like it's up to the coaching staff to make a decision here. to play a slightly different game.
Indeed, a massive test being put to the table toppers, Saunders Sports Club. Head coach Shant Siri will be very concerned in the touchline. Samir Pereira being assisted by the medical staff from Saunders Sports Club.
The little break in game will also give the teams a few minutes just to regroup here, and Saunders really do need that.
Indeed, a good time to probably just regroup and rethink their tactics, because things haven't gone their way in this opening 23 minutes or so. Plenty of errors in the back end as we speak. Errors, a miscommunication once again, and that's not what you want when you're trailing 2-0. And Serendib having a go at it, having a 2-goal cushion. They have that capability of trying something out.
After truly dominant performances in the previous few games, it's really perplexing to see Saunders almost a shadow of what they can be.
Probably this will be a good reality check for Saunders as well, Bilal. They've been cruising in this tournament. They have one solitary draw. They absolutely won quite comfortably against Java Lane as well last week. And now George being played that through ball brilliantly well. Pereira in defense will have his work cut out, but Saunders have done well to drop back. And shouts of a foul, but none done by the referee, as the goal scorer Mohammad Rahman losing position. But the tempers being flared here, as one of the Serendib Sports Club players down there. I think that's Darko George getting a hit on the face by skipper Indivo Udara, who's been in the pick of things for Saunders Sports Club, not for the good things.
Definitely did look like an elbow to the face there, Reshwan.
Indeed, he can find himself really lucky not to go into the books, but the last thing Saunders want is probably get booked or do something unnecessary. They are the team who are trailing this game, currently in a very tough situation. Are the lads from Price Park, as Indivo Udara plays that long ball, but comfortable for Lutfi in goal. Experienced man between the sticks for Serendib Sports Club.
Serendib now just slowing things a bit here. Once again, giving it now to Darko George, but well intercepted there by the Saunders defense. Seeing a few big collisions here, targeting certain players of Serendib. Not the most ideal thing you'd want to see on the football pitch. Here's Saunders once again, well defended however by Serendib. Here's the captain with the throw in the Udara. Dara with a rather speculative shot once again. Straight into Lutfi's arms. Defender recovers well there. And here Serendib once again. Good awareness by the player. Attempts to pass it cross field. However, doesn't get enough on it. Serendib somehow have managed to gain possession again. And they are running down the right wing. Disrupted by Saunders. Saunders haven't had any sort of meaningful possession so far in this game, which should be quite troubling for them. Once again, just like that, we've seen a cluster of errors marring their tactics, their plan. And Lutfi is comfortable, slowing the pace down.
Indeed, Saunders Sports Club will have to get their act right here. They've really been messy in the middle of the park. Midfielders haven't been able to settle into this big game. Switchers play the right intention, but execution was not so good. But Serendib Sports Club, they've really been top notch in his opening 28 minutes or so in the Udar. From the middle of the park, he'll have to lead his boys well here. Dhananjay shifted positions with Fauzan. But now once again, Saunders, the good opportunity. And not being able to get a shot out there. He slipped. Mohammad Ziad Mufazal rather. And that could be a big opportunity gone down begging, we could say. As we take yet another look at it. Not the best of clearances, but just slips in this tired looking Racecourse outfield. As Atkinson, a shot from range, but nothing out of it. And regulation save for Lutfi in goal. Darko George, switches play well. Ample of space to run into. But deflection will give Saunders a corner kick. Rather, Serendib Sports Club a corner kick.
And reaching the half-hour mark here at the Racecourse International Stadium. And Saunders still haven't managed to get a feel for that ball. Still haven't managed to pierce through the Serendib defense. And still haven't managed to get the attack firing here. Could be argued that they are trying out something new, since anyways they are into. Here's Serendib now. Once again, like we were saying, could be argued that they're just trying out some new things, new formations, new tactics here, since they are comfortably in that top position and before going into the next stage as well. However, really doesn't seem to be working for Saunders here. When they go into halftime, will be quite a heavy conversation that they'll have to have with themselves. Serendib managing to do quite well so far for themselves. Saunders attempting to build from the back once again. Something they haven't really been able to do. But this time, Jacob Atkinson on the ball. Goes for goal there, despite the referee's whistle. But Lutfi does well. Dives to save that.
Indeed, it wouldn't have counted, but that was a massive save from Lutfi. He's a tall lad between the sticks. Be quite tough to get through him. And the yellow card being handed over to Jacob Atkinson for throwing that hand around. Not happy with it. But referee Jaffran straight away going to the pocket. Already 2 players booked for Saunders Sports Club here. First one was Mohamed Fauzan, and the latest culprit is Jacob Atkinson. Things are really not going Saunders' way here.
Rather animated discussions in the field here between Clovis Frank and Atkinson. Frank, although being a defender, has also sometimes played up the field here for Saunders, taking control of that midfield, or rather attempting to take control of that midfield. Long ball intercepted by Saunders. Here's the captain, Udara, to Clovis Frank. Going for a crossfield pass there to Atkinson. Apologies, this time not Atkinson on the wing. It's the number 14, Mohammad Shahid. Shahid attempting to press high there. Saunders still in possession. Nalim to Ziad Mufazzal. And here Saunders now with a good opportunity. Wasted. Atkinson just not able to get to that ball. Roger Felipe not happy about it. Also that prod had a little too much on it for Atkinson to get to it on time. And here Saunders once again with the through pass.
Well, that's what needs to be done for Saunders Sports Club. Probably just clicking now for Saunders as they get a corner. Plenty of blue shirts arriving at the penalty box.
And here's the cross. Well dealt with there by Lutfi. Saunders still in possession of the ball. Here's Udara. Crosses it right above his player. Somehow Saunders managed to get a hold of that ball. Saunders still flirting around the box here. And a good clearance there by Serendib. Here's Serendib now.
Good cleaning up work from Pereira in the back. And Saunders once again losing position in a good playing area, but massive tackle coming in. A good defensive one for Serendip Sports Club, but a throw in favor of Saunders as the skipper in the Budar.
Here's Clovis Frank asking for the ball. Frank to Udara. Udara just not getting it right there.
It's been a very poor performance from the skipper in the Budara.
The Udara, usually the heart of the midfield, just not having the best of days here for Saunders.
Indeed, will be very disappointed with how things have gone in this first half in the Budara. But he has that caliber of coming back well. And that's what Saunders Sports Club will hope for. And this time around, committing that foul was Roger Felipe on the old scorer, Mohamed Rahuman for Serendib Sports Club. Scored that goal in a very tough angle. And still Position with Saunders. Pereira gives it out to Mufazal. Mufazal to Dhananjay. Dhananjay to skipper Indiva Udara. And Udara once again losing position for Saunders Sports Club. Things not going so well for Saunders skipper.
Whenever someone like Udara is having a bad day, what Saunders needs is someone else to, you know, sort of raise their hand up and tell them that they'll take the brunt of the game. And here's Felipe attempting to do it all on his own, but surrounded by a host of pink jerseys there. Looks like Felipe will be needing a bit of medical attention. Is that what the referee has called for? No, it looks like he's okay. Just a little limp. And play will restart from the throw-in. Cross to Felipe, who goes for goal, but it sails miles above the crossbar. From that distance, he should ideally be testing the goalkeeper. But the Saunders attack has not had a lot of support. It feels like that's the best they could muster so far. Fancy little pass there by the skipper, but to no avail as ball goes out of play. Possession is overturned here. Doing well there. Saunders to regain possession. Here's Ziad Mufazzal. The flighted delivery into the box. And here's Jacob Atkinson. Atkinson. And it looks, has Atkinson won a corner for his team? And looks like he has. Saunders with another opportunity once again here. Minutes away from halftime. To score a goal for themselves, to get some semblance of control into this game. Here's the skipper Udara. Flighted delivery. Very close to the goal there, but gets no one. And it will be a goal kick for Serendib. And Serendib will want to close this opening first half with a clean sheet. They've done quite well so far, has Serendib. And the skipper will just be content. Apologies, the goalkeeper will just be content with knocking the ball around amongst his defenders, but done well by Ziad there to get possession, to wrest possession away from Serendib. The speculative cross there, and once again here's Darko George coming into play in that wing. Offside called. Saunders attempting to take it quickly. However, referee says that it's not the correct mark. We'll have to restart, but giving plenty of time for Serendib to get their defenders back. Serendib does exactly that. Here's Rahman. Pass to the right wing of Serendib. Little too much there. Serendib attempts to counter, but the keeper's fine. Pass finds no one. Ball goes out of play here, and Serendib will take it. He'll just make sure they finish some minutes off the clock here. And here's Serendib now with another attacking opportunity, and the player just unable to get the ball away on time, giving enough time for Saunders to get enough defenders there. And here's Darko George. Ball still in play here. Apologies, that was Frimpong Yao with the shot there.
Massive defensive tackle coming in from Dhananjay, who's had to shift in the back with Mohammad Fauzan, who was having plenty of trouble from Darko George.
Frimpong Yao now.
Danako Dhananjay just managed to keep George silent.
Here's Serendib now once again. Surrounded by a host of blue jerseys. Udara attempts to get it off. And the ball. Seeing the keeper off of his line. The player just going for that glory shot there. Just gets it above goal. Saunders will look to restart quickly here, as they know would be best for them if they are able to cut that deficit before they go into half time. Here's Saunders once again. Attempt to shoot, just doesn't get it right. Loses control of that shot somehow. And here's a cross straight into the hands of Lutfi there. Atkinson unable to get there on time, along with his fellow attackers. Here's Lutfi, puts it high into the air. Clovis Frank gets control. And here's Udara. Roger Felipe with the cross in. And he gets the header, but not the proper elevation as it sails above the crossbar.
Once again, Atkinson had an opportunity to get that shot on target, but his header was just not good enough. But surely knocking on the door for Saunders Sports Club. Try and get that goal. They would love to go into the break with a goal deficit. But as things stand, a 2-goal cushion may be the case for Saunders Sports Club. 2-goal deficit, rather.
And there'll be 3 minutes of added time here. There were quite a number of stoppages in play, and it's amounting to 3 minutes here. Serendib will want to make sure they get through these 3 minutes with as much less hassle as possible. Serendib just slowing things down. Doing well here. And a ball to Darko George. And it's Darko George versus the keeper. Darko George staring right into the face of goal, but not getting it right this time. Serendib will be quite, will feel that they were quite hard done there. Darko George doing everything right, but getting that shot away. Completely goes around the keeper, and good bit of defense by Saunders as well to make sure he wasn't just facing an open goal. The defender was able to just cover that angle George was looking for. And here's Saunders now on the counter. Once again, that through pass not getting it right. straight to the legs of the defender, and the defender is able to get it out of play. And here's Saunders now with an opportunity at goal. Sails right over. Once again, they have to be taking these half chances if they are to make an impact in this game. And so far, they've been kept unusually quiet by this Serendib attack and the defense as well coming into play. Long ball by Lutfi. Here's Saunders orchestrating possibly the last play of this half. Jacob Atkinson now with an opportunity. Surely Atkinson had to get that right. He attempted to chip it over Lutfi there, but Lutfi's years of experience coming into play. Everything's happening here in these last few minutes. It seems like Saunders has finally managed to get their footing here. How much longer can Serendib deny them of a goal here? Here's that opportunity by Atkinson. He had the goal there in front of him. Could have curled it right in. However, he attempts to draw the keeper in and chip it right above him, but it doesn't work. Lutfi, rather tall individual, and he just suffocates that shot by Atkinson. However, here's Saunders now with an opportunity to score here. We are running into the 48th minute of the game. Serendib will take a moment to just pause and break Saunders' momentum as well here. Saunders, for once in this game, are putting Serendib under the pump in these final few minutes. Will be huge for them if they can actually get a goal here. Ball still in play, still inside the box. Not getting it right. But Saunders now once again with an opportunity to cross from the other end. And it's Ziad Mufazzal who will take it. Corner taken short there. Mufazzal attempting to shake his defender off, but not getting it right. Nothing going Saunders' way here. And Serendib will feel that they've gotten lucky there.
A dreadful first 45 minutes for Saunders Sports Club here. The table toppers well and surely being put into test. Serendib Sports Club going to the break with a 2-goal cushion. There's plenty of questions being raised at the referee, but I think Saunders Sports Club have themselves to blame for a very lackluster performance in that first 45.
And here's the halftime confirmation. Serendib up 2 goals. Saunders yet to score in this game. What a first half it has been for Serendib Sports Club. That was the goal in the 8th minute of the game by Frimpong Yao off of a free kick that opened the floodgates, one would say, for Serendib.
Well, this was one brilliant goal. Mohamed Rahman from a tough angle, getting it in the back of the net. Chances did go down begging for Saunders Sports Club, Bilal. And I think if they had hold on to at least one of those chances to try and put to the back of the net, I'm sure they would have had plenty coming as well. But it's going to be a mountain to climb, we could say, for Saunders Sports Club with how things panned out in this first half. But well and surely you can't write them off.
And that's halftime here at the Racecourse International Stadium. And we'll be going for a short commercial break and be back with live action from this exciting encounter between Serendib and Saunders.
Jayda jalil de rase Champions League ek had gas mein hanguman kick pe java naramenne bhagi dulanne bhidi dasde goal ek gannai sit sarasenne samarok venne saddeta denne one heart. One game, one heart. Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. Under the Champions League में one game, one heart. Champions League satanai aramenne dibidenne jayaganne ekasiinata apiyanne one game, one heart. Champions League where dreams take part. Raise your flags, feel the art. Football, one game, one heart.
Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Powered by TV Supreme.
And we are back live here at the Racecourse International Stadium. Both these teams will have different approaches to this half. Saunders, of course, trailing by 2. And also nursing an unbeaten run here. Will have to put up a generational performance if they are to keep it intact. Serendib, on the other hand, will definitely go up the rankings if they do manage to hold on to this lead, if they do manage to win this game against Saunders. It will give them a lot of confidence going into the second part of this tournament as well, going into the Super 8s. Super 8s will consist of the top 4 teams from Group A and Group B. Serendib currently in rank number 3 in Group A. Here's the Saunders players taking stage here.
Massive second 45 minutes for them if they are to keep that undefeated tagline going into the Super 8 stage. But as things stand, quite tough for the lads from Price Park. There will be a massive second half coming up for the lads in blue. Couple of changes being made by Saunders. Rather, Saunders making a solitary change, taking off Jacob Atkinson and bringing on Batham Gimhan, who created an opportunity and assisted a goal in that game against Java Lane. So he'll bring his flair to this all-important second 45 minutes for Saunders Sports Club. And for Serendib Sports Club, it's just a matter of seeing things off. A 2-goal cushion will be enough to take all 3 points. And early chance of attack. And Serendib in real quick intentions to shift from defense to attack.
Serendib straight away starting with the corner, Reshwan. The opening 30 seconds of this game, and Serendib already showing a lot of intent. It's Darko George once again creating problems for that Saunders backline. Here's Serendib now. Rahman will be taking the corner, and very close there. Set piece move from the training grounds doesn't bear fruit this time. However, came quite close to getting that ball into the back of the net. Saunders now. Most of their players have gone through their captain, Indiva Udara. And the fact that he's not having the best of days is creating problems for Saunders. Usually, he's the man who connects the attack and the back line. And here's Serendib already with another opportunity here. Serendib still with ball. And nicks it off of the attacker just in time, the Saunders defense. And going for goal. Exactly the story, could have exactly been the story of the first half here. But sails right over it. Frimpong Yao with that shot, catching everyone by surprise.
Indeed, almost once again breaching the Saunders keeper, who has had a very disappointing first half.
Nice little outside of the foot pass there. But to no avail. Here's the Saunders captain once again. Frimpong Yao managing to recover the ball. Roger Felipe and his fellow attackers are not quite vocal about that decision by the referee. They are appealing for that elbow to the chest to Clovis Frank there, and Frimpong Yao has got a yellow card to his name, has been booked here. Referee just making sure the players calm down before resuming play. And we are just wondering if this booking of Frimpong Yao will result in him playing a bit more cautiously here. Of course, he's been a key player for Serendib so far, and the Serendib fans will be hoping he plays in the same way, he plays in the same nature that he has been playing so far. He's the one who scored the first goal of this game. Here's Frimpong Yao. Long ball. Tempting to find Darko George. However, positive result for them as ball goes out of play off of Saunders defender. They've got a throw in now. It's once again disrupted by the Saunders defense. Long throw in attempted into the edge of the box. Finds no one and will be a goal kick for Saunders here. Saunders will have to find their own tempo, will have to make their own rhythm here to their attack if they are to make anything out of this second half. And good bit of play by Frimpong Yao. Play offside there, so it doesn't go for the ball, and Frimpong Yao testing the goalkeeper there. It's well done by Danuka. Apologies by Kalpana Rashmika. Powerful shot there, Rishwan.
Indeed, massive save, and well and surely a moment where Saunders really needed their keeper to step up. He haven't had a good first 45 minutes, but he's made a brilliant save here to still keep Saunders in the hunt. But first they'll have to defend this corner. Mohammad Rahman with the corner kick duties, dealt well by the Saunders defense. And the ball goes out of play.
Saunders now once again attempting to make something out of the possession, of the little possession that they've enjoyed in this game so far. They've been deprived of the ball. But here's Saunders now with an opportunity. Here's Saunders now. They should be shooting, and they do. Saunders have finally scored their first goal, and it's Clovis Frank with the opening goal for Saunders Football Club, for Saunders Sports Club. And they'll breathe a huge sigh of relief. And what a pass that was for Clovis Frank as well.
Just what Saunders wanted in this second half. And they have got one. And that will be a good morale boosting one.
Clovis Frank, beautiful control of the ball, bringing it down right into
Goal
this path.
for Saunders Sports Club. Scored
dribbling
by
past the
jersey
defenders,
number
dribbling
33,
through the defenders
Clovis
and putting it
Frank.
into the back of the net there. And this will give Saunders a lot of hope. This will give them a lot of relief as well, and they'll start to play a bit more creatively here, with a bit more creative freedom, as they've finally managed to pierce through that Serendib defense, which seemed impossible so far. They finally managed to do it. A lifeline for Saunders here. And immediately they're back with an attacking set piece. A corner taken by the number 8, Ziad Mufazzal. Lutfi parrying it away. Mufazzal with ball in his possession once again, going for that cross. Number of Saunders jerseys there. But good clearance from Serendib. That goal will definitely spark something for Saunders. Saunders fans will also be hoping that it definitely will bring another goal for them. Huge breakthrough in the context of this game for Saunders, and coming early in the second half as well. Will bring them a lot of confidence. They know they have time to change this game. And has to be Serendib now who will have to be alert here. They can't allow Saunders to dictate terms of the game so far. So far they've done quite well. But they cannot allow a team like Saunders to get back into the game easily. And a few mistakes already creeping in to Serendib's passing, which seemed quite sublime until now. And here's Clovis Frank now once again in the box. Ball kicked away into touch. But again, wave after wave of attack from Saunders here. Corner taken shot. Clovis Frank now rushing into the box. And here's Saunders, bad first touch. And the shot going wide of the goal. Saunders now with a third opportunity for a cross, and they go for a short corner once again. Captain Udara. Not the best of crosses into the box there. A rather low cross. Serendib defense holding on quite well so far. They've been met with a number of attacks. Saunders knocking on the door for that second goal. And here's Clovis Frank now once again with an opportunity. The number 14. Not the best of his touches there, but recovers well. But Serendib have managed to wrest control from Mohammad Shahid. Serendib now with an opportunity to counter here. They'll be depending on that, on the wings there. Still with an opportunity, Serendib. Not committing enough players in the box there, or rather, players not getting there in time. Here's the captain with a pass to the number 8, Ziad Mufazzal. Ziad, cross. Disrupted by the big man, Frimpong Yao, who clears it into the other end of the pitch. High press here from Serendib, but just the solitary player doing the pressing. Frimpong Yao in that midfield, playing more of a defensive midfielder role now. Here's Saunders once again on the wing. It's definitely a leg to the player's foot there. And the player has been booked, and rightly so. Serendib now under the pump here for maybe First time in this game. Serendib defense, and it's Darko George. Who's defending that ball, a looming presence over the captain, Indiva Udara. Udara now with an attempt. It's Mohammad Riaz who was booked there, the defender. Oh, and a little mistake from Saunders. Recovered well. They're back on the side of the pitch. Still on the attack, and here's Clovis Frank once again now. Clovis Frank with an opportunity. Play has been stopped. Looks like a Serendib players on the ground in pain and medical attention. The medics have been called. Oh, and there's a head collision there between two Serendib players. Clovis Frank with another wonderful opportunity to get that second goal, to get that equalizer. Serendib would really feel they could have done something out of it, but Frank not getting it away in time. Even that first goal by Clovis Frank, he didn't get it off in the first instance itself. He attempted to dribble past multiple defenders and got it in. This time again he attempts to emulate the same, but doesn't get it right. Anxious faces from the crowd here. This little break in play will allow these two teams to just get a moment for themselves to regroup. Especially for Serendib, momentum has been Saunders' way throughout. Yes, Saunders once again. Saunders has to make sure that they make most of the momentum they have their way now. There's only so much that the Serendib defense can take as well. Not the most ideal pass. Serendib just has to remind themselves that they are two up here. Goalkeeper coming out, booting that ball straight into the crowd. Yes, Serendib now. Brief lull in the play. After that little break in the game. Here's Rahman now with the corner, but met with a sea of blue jerseys. And here's Saunders with an opportunity to counter. Ball goes out of play, but still in Saunders' possession. And here's Clovis Frank now, passing it on to his wing. Serendib not committing many players forward. So even when there is an opportunity to attack, an opportunity for a cross, there aren't many players in the box. Worrying signs if you are a Serendib fan. They're only one goal up. Them attempting to park the bus here just a little bit. It's not the most ideal of situations, because all you need is one mistake in order for Saunders to just pierce through that defense. Here's another attempt at a shot, goes wide. Saunders now trying out different avenues of attack. Whenever their midfielders are getting a bit of space, going for that shot as well. Saunders still one down. They'll be looking for that equalizer. They'll be looking for that winner as well. They still haven't faced defeat here. And here's Darko George with his pace. Well defended there. We'll breathe a sigh of relief. Serendib will feel that Darko George was unlawfully taken down. Darko George has been quite phenomenal for Serendib here. Someone who's always been in the thick of things. Wayward cross there by Serendib, gifting possession to Saunders. Here's Mohamed Shahid now attempting to go across field, and Clovis Frank making that run. At the edge of the box here is Clovis Frank, and looking for that pass. Saunders now in good possession. Still Saunders hits the post there.
Big handball shout from the men in blue, Saunders Sports Club. And as you take a look at that replay, massive shout, but none done. Saunders really knocking on the door for this equalizer. But just speaking about that, they have once again put that ball wayward. Saunders showing plenty of urgency now. They would love to take a point away from this game. They've been really tested out here, and will continue to be tested as we approach the final 24 minutes or so. Massive 24 minutes for the table toppers, Saunders Sports Club. They would love to finish this first round of this Sri Lanka Football Champions League and go into that Super 8 stage with that undefeated tagline. But as things stand, things not looking so good for the Price Park boys.
Serendib. Ball in prime position here. They know they have the players who can make those devastating free kicks. Still a bit of a congregation there in the middle of the pitch. And there'll be a couple substitutions for Serendib and Saunders. Mohammad Ashir will be coming in for Mohammad Safhan. And Mohammad Zaid will be coming in for Mohammad Shahid. Mohammad Shahid hasn't had the best of days. Of course, can't single him out. The entirety of Saunders hasn't really looked themselves in this game. Here's Darko George and Frimpong Yao and Rahman as well. And Darko George going for goal. Sails harmlessly past goal. Game restarted with a real sense of urgency for Saunders here. They know they are approaching the last quarter of the game, and they'd really love to have scored an equalizer before that. Serendib just toying with the defenders there and giving away a corner. Here's Ziad Mufazzal once again with an opportunity to cross here. Attacking set piece for Saunders. Floating in. Floating in. And that was another opportunity to hit the ball into goal there. Missed once again. This is the third opportunity for Saunders. That really should have been taken, Reshwan. Nalim once again really should have put into the back of the net there, and that could have been the equalizer, and that would have put a lot of pressure into Serendib. And here's another opportunity. Lutfi doing brilliantly there to save it. Saunders just keep knocking on the door here. But the Serendib defense and Lutfi seem up to the task so far.
Indeed, and this Racecourse crowd have well and truly found their voices back. Saunders have had a brilliant couple of opportunities in the last 5 minutes or so to try and equalize proceedings. But with a spring in their back now, Saunders now, once again, a brilliant ball be played, and still not being able to get the ball in the back of the net. And the Serendib Sports Club can find themselves really fortunate not to concede their second goal. Goal scorer Frank doing everything right apart from putting that ball in the back of the net. And Lutfi in the process has done some damage to himself as well.
Such passes in the game are detrimental to the team that has momentum. This is what happens when there are certain lulls in the game. Corner taken short here once again. Ooh, and a little bit of nutmeg there by Ziad. Ziad Mufazzal gets it past the defender, and here's the captain on the wing this time. We'll be looking for that cross. Not the best of moves there, but well won by the number 8 Ziad Mufazzal, but unable to keep it in play there. Ziad Mufazzal has really been in the thick of things for Saunders here. Little bit of miscommunication there, but no Serendib players to capitalize on it. Rather hopeful pass, but well recovered by Saunders to keep it in possession. And here's Mohammad Zaid. Attempting to thread it through, but the Saunders attacker just not in that line. And a little bit of a ruckus here.
Well, the game well and surely getting a lot intense. Well, it's a clash between the first and the third. And currently the third place team, Serendib Sports Club, with the lead. But it's been a very impressive second half performance from Saunders, Bilal. They've really picked themselves up. They've had plenty of opportunities to equalize as well. Things may have not gone in their favor to get that ball in the back of the net. A massive final 15 minutes coming up here.
But the finishing has been worrying for Saunders, Reshwan. They've had plenty of opportunities right in front of goal as well. And it looks like it's just one of those days for Saunders where they haven't been able to get it right. These little breaks in play, Serendib won't mind it at all. They'll be welcoming it, they'll be embracing it, as it gives them an opportunity to take some minutes, some precious minutes off the clock, and also to break the momentum of Saunders as well, because right now it's all Saunders.
Press. Man behind. It's okay.
And Samir Pereira has nudged it into the corner. For some reason he's not happy with his keeper there. He feels like his keeper should have received that ball, but had the keeper done that, he would have been out of his line. So however, opportunity for Frimpong Yao to make use of this cross here. They haven't really had many attacking opportunities here in the second half, Serendib. This one goes amiss as well. Attempting to put it in goal from long range. Ball sailing miles over the goal. And here's Saunders now, straight away.
Indeed, brilliant work from Pathum Gimha down that right flank. Controlling it well and putting it into a very dangerous area. But dealt well by the Serendib defense. Serendib Sports Club just running that clock down now.
Here's that pass that was well intercepted by the Serendib defense. It's interesting to see that Clovis Frank is consistently played out of what we've got on our papers as a defensive position, and he's playing in front here. So far it's been working out for Saunders. Saunders with another opportunity in Serendib territory to make something out of the possession that they have been enjoying. Yes, Saunders again with the cross. Lutfi gets there on time. Makes no mistake of it. Here's Lutfi. Ball to Darko George, and it's been stolen from the substitute Mohammad Zaid.
Very good.
Here's Saunders now with a brilliant pass over the top, and the player has been taken down, and it's a penalty for Saunders here. crucial call, crucial moment in the game here. And a golden opportunity for Saunders to equalize.
Indeed, Pathum Gimhan doing well to control that ball, and he was brought down. Massive moment in the game. Saunders Sports Club have an opportunity to equalize things with around 10 minutes more left in the regular 90 minutes.
It looks like it's Roger Felipe who will be taking the mark. We saw a penalty saved yesterday. Here's Felipe. How are you calling it, Reshwan?
Massive moment in the game from the spot, Saunders Sports Club to equalize. Indeed, makes no mistake. It's Roger Felipe who has equalized proceedings, and making the noise felt here are the lads, are the supporters from Price Park. And a beautiful moment between a very loyal fan from Saunders Sports Club and Roger Felipe. Makes no mistake from the spot, as he has equalized proceedings here. A massive 10 minutes coming up.
And Serendib will really wonder what happened to that 2-goal lead.
Goal for Saunders Sports Club.
Roger Felipe doing
Jersey
everything
number
right.
44,
He made
George
sure
Felipe.
he just fainted going to the left there, and instead fooling the keeper. Just calmly. And what a game this is turning out to be, Reshwan. We are reaching the final 10 minutes of regulation time here. And both teams are now equal. But momentum on Saunders' side. They've scored 2 consecutive goals here, while Serendib are yet to score in the second half. So a lot to be desired from Serendib in the second half. They've just let the game slip away from them. Here's Darko George now with an opportunity. Serendib with an opportunity to score. And Serendib has scored in the 80th minute of the game. And once again it's Darko George in the middle of things. But it's the number 18, Vijay Kumar Abhishan, who does the trick for them, who puts it into the back of the net.
Well, what a game we have here. Serendib bouncing back. It's been a second half where they have really had to work hard, and this time they have the lead once again. It was just a matter of time for Serendib Sports Club, and they're back in it.
And that man, Darko George, the composer, to shake off that defender and to pass it into open space for his teammate Vijay Kumar Abhishan. Simply sensational. And right as Saunders equalized, they are finding themselves chasing the game once again. Saunders with a rather hopeful shot there from range, but Lutfi does well. And he wouldn't mind this. Serendib wouldn't mind this. Just will attempt to run down the clock here. It's not the most ideal tactic to use, to be honest. We've seen Lutfi do this multiple times so far in the game. Just take a breather, go down, despite there being no contact. Serendib players getting some instructions from their coaches. And the game really has come alive here. Saunders once again find themselves chasing the game. Have they got it in themselves to score another equalizer? Or will it be Serendib who break their unbeaten run? Multiple Serendib players converging on that ball. It's Frimpong Yao on the ball once again with the cross into the other side of the pitch. No one marking that player. An opportunity to whip in across here, and that's exactly what he does. Little too late there. Serendib now doing brilliantly, and Saunders just having lost a little bit of wind behind their sails. Roger Felipe.
Offside, sir. Come out.
Not the best of clearances there. Straight away gifting possession. Rahman going for goal again. And this time not getting it on target, not troubling the keeper. Keeper just allows it to sail past him. Wide of goal. Unintentionally slices the ball there. And Saunders have managed to get possession. But what can they do with the ball here? Here's the captain trying to dictate terms. And a number of runs going forward. But Serendib managing to deal well with that goal, with that wave of attack. And this is exactly what a goal can do for a team. Serendib, who seem to look under the pump, whose defense seemed to be on the verge of crumbling, have suddenly come alive here. And it's Saunders, who now look a bit deflated. But they still have time here. 5 minutes of regulation time with a few added minutes as well. Serendib regaining possession in the middle of the pitch. Little too ambitious of a pass there, and Serendib really, with the ball like that, in a position where they haven't really got many defenders behind them, really have to make sure that they drive the advantage home, because that's exactly what allowed Saunders to come in the second half as well. They cannot really allow them to do that. They cannot be complacent in these dying minutes of the game.
Indeed, Serendib will have to be clinical in the back as they go to their bench, and probably a very tactical move from coach Murshid. Midfield Ayman coming on for one of the goal scorers for Serendib, Mohammad Rahman, who scored an absolute brilliant goal. But I think that change will have to wait. Saunders, an opportunity inside their box, goes in win.
It's that composure that is necessary in crunch times like this, in crunch moments like this. Because both teams in these dying minutes will be tired, will be under the pump, will be under pressure. And it's the one that keeps composure who will win the tussle in the moment. Here's Saunders now once again. Roger Felipe passes it to his wing here. And a good clearance to get Serendib out of trouble. Mohamed Fauzan with a long ball that's been intercepted. Not the best of passes by the captain there. And in these final few minutes of regulation time, Serendib will have no problem just knocking the ball downfield and making Saunders work for possession. Ooh, and there's a bit of a collision there in the middle of the field, and Darko George already has a yellow card to his name, and it looks like he's being sent off. He's not very happy about that. Darko George, by far one of the best players in the Serendib outfit, and it would not impact, maybe perhaps not impact the result of this game, but Serendib will be into the Super 8, and they cannot afford to have Darko George, a player of his caliber, missing any of their games.
Indeed, that will be massive for Serendib. Probably will be suspended for a couple of games, Darko George, as he's given his marching orders.
Come on, behave yourself.
Free kick from about 40 yards out here. Sailing into the box, but well defended. Well dealt with by Lutfi, who punts it straight into Saunders territory. Goalkeeper gets ball into his possession. There'll be 6 minutes of added time here. 6 minutes for Saunders to do something for themselves and to complete their unbeaten run in this first round, to make sure they stay unbeaten. And Serendib have 6 minutes. And Lutfi will definitely milk this. There definitely wasn't a lot of contact on that. Next to no contact really, after watching that replay. And the referee has given Lutfi a yellow card there, and rightly so. He's been resorting to that tactic quite a bit there. Cheeky little smile by Lutfi. Here's Serendib now finding themselves on the other side of the pitch again. And a lot of urgency now in Saunders' play. They are not giving up. They still know they have a few minutes to make something out of this game. They know they can still draw this game if only they create that opportunity for themselves. They know they have the players with the caliber of finishing off that goal. Here's Mohamed Fauzan attempting to dribble past the player, but then passing backwards. Here's Serendib now. Saunders with a shot that sails wide. And as the seconds tick by here, that unbeaten run seems more and more away from Saunders' grasp here. Yes, Serendib now. It's been called offside by the referee. Good team management, good time management here. Game management by Serendib as well. Mohammad Ashir awarded a yellow card for an infringement. Long throw into the box, and Serendib Saunders with an opportunity, attempting to go for a low driven shot there, and here's the captain now attempting to go for a bicycle kick, and it hits the crossbar, and that effort really did seem closer than we expected to up here in the com box.
Indeed, Udar almost creating a moment of magic here. And this game has had it all, Bilal. Just knocks the woodwork, and that's the second time Saunders have had a shot at the posts.
Saunders will definitely be happy about their second half performance. Much to be desired from their first half performance, but however, they've come out quite strong here in the second half. They made sure the chances were created and were finished off as well, because they did have few moments in the game where they could have taken it by the scruff of its neck. Collision there in the midfield, but ball still in play. Saunders in prime position here, and it's a goal! Saunders have managed to equalize in extra time here. Reshwan, what have we seen?
Indeed, this game we have seen it all. Probably one of the best games in the season has come in the final week between these two quality sides. And Pathum Gimhan makes no mistake in finding the back of the net. Times his run perfectly well as he equalizes things in the dying embers of this thriller of an encounter here at Racecourse. And the Price Park boys, you just cannot keep them out. And once again, they have produced. And as things stand, they'll be taking that undefeated tagline to the Super 8 stage as well, Bilal.
What a game we witnessed, and definitely Reshan will give them a lot of confidence going into that Super 8 round. This performance, they've come back strong in the second half. Brilliantly done. Serendib will definitely feel like they were hard done here. However, they could have definitely been a bit more proactive. They could have been a bit less complacent in the final few minutes of the game. Frimpong Yao on the ground there. And that's the collision. It looks like it was an unintentional elbow to the neck. Those can be quite hard to recover from. The referee speaking to the captain. Richard Umar. About the time, and it looks like Frimpong Yao take a long walk out. The big man, Frimpong Yao, an absolute unit. He will be making a slow walk away. And surely these few minutes where play has been paused will be added. To the clock. There were a few games where the injury times in extra time wasn't really added on, and it should definitely be. And it looks like Saunders now are breathing on the hunt once again. They are looking to make a difference here. While Serendib, their body language is showing that they just want to finish this game off. The second half has been a bit of a nightmare for Serendib here. Yes, Saunders once again attempting to build from the back here, just slowing the pace of the game a little bit. Yes, the number 8, Ziad Mufazzal, has been quite good for Saunders throughout this game so far.
On time.
Yes, Saunders once again. Will there be a final twist in the tail in these dying minutes for either of these teams? And Saunders with an opportunity, and oh my goodness! Opportunity for Saunders to win this game, opportunity for victory. But it's just been given away. Open goal staring at him. All he had to do was keep calm, keep that composure, and hit it into the back of the net. However, he has booted it right above the crossbar. Saunders with the chance to win this game. Let it go in the final few minutes, but they'll be happy. Saunders are unbeaten. They've played 6 games. They've won 5 and they've drawn 2. What a game we've had. Drama throughout.
Indeed, what a game of football. It almost went to the full length of 100 minutes. A 6-goal thriller here. Serendib 3, Saunders 3. And we can finally breathe here, Bilal, here at the racecourse. Ladies and gentlemen, the final score.
What a game we've had here. End-to-end stuff. Final minute drama. Saunders definitely had it in themselves to win this game. They had quite a few opportunities to make use of it. And the fans applauding their team. Quite jubilant with their performance. Serendib had an amazing first half, but unfortunately a lot to be desired from their second. Mostly due to the performance put up by Saunders. They deprived Serendib of any possession of the ball with their high press and their good defense. Serendib finding themselves in a spot of bother as well, as one of their star players, Darko George, has been given the red card and he might miss out on a couple of games. And at full time here at the Racecourse International Stadium, it's 3 goals apiece for Serendib and Saunders. What a game we've had here. Everything happening in the second half. Saunders with a brilliant performance of football. A lot of drama, penalties, free kicks, a lot of bookings as well for both these teams. What a game we've had on our hands. this Saturday evening. Maybe having a lot more action to come up as well. At that point of the game, Serendib definitely would have thought that with a 1-goal lead, they'll be able to make something out of that. They'll be able to win the game, in fact. But however, Saunders coming up strong with the final minute equalizer and an opportunity to win the game as well. Roger Felipe doing everything right there. Here's that chance. Player just rushing on with a little too much on it. And at full time here, 3 goals apiece. Serendib and Saunders have drawn, and Saunders have managed to keep their unbeaten tag for themselves. We'll be having a lot of live action in the evening as well. We have one more game coming up this Saturday. That's it for this game so far. It's me, Bilal Marika, with my co-commentator Reshwan, signing out for the day. Before that, of course, we'll be having a few interviews. We'll be going down to the ground with Reshwan on the sidelines.
Check, check, check. Congratulations, George, on a player of the match performance. Just talk us through the game. It was a challenging game for you all. You had to come from behind, but you get the job done and take a point away.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. I don't speak big English. I speak English small. Okay, because thank you for my team. My team, good team. Saunders, good team. Okay. Thank you for your performance. Thank you. I love football. Sri Lanka football. I love. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Congratulations and all the very best for the Super 8 stage.
That was the MVP of the match for the day. These are the results so far. We've had 3 draws, strangely enough, in these latter stages of this tournament. Of the first round, Moragas Muller drawing with Mathura City, New Star drawing with Java Lane, and today Serendib drawing against Saunders. We'll be having a lot of live action tonight as well. It'll be Pelicans SC versus St. Mary's, which will be a promising matchup as well. And tomorrow, Negombo Youths taking on Crystal Palace in the evening game, and Sri Lanka Police taking on Solid SC later on. And that'll be it for this game. We've had an exciting matchup, and we are looking forward to a lot of live action, to a lot of exciting encounters coming up this weekend. And this is me, once again, Bilal Marika, signing off alongside my co-commentator, Reshwan.